What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey. We are down here, girl. Listen, um, we're down here. We just got finished making another video. I was laughing about this song. Well, you guys were on the other video, so you saw the other video. But anyways, go ahead and like, subscribe, and let me know you stopped by. We don't have nothing to talk about, okay? Nothing to talk about. So let's look and see what's down on the blogs.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
And see what I have saved. Actually, we talked about a few things. All right, let's see. Go ahead and like. Did I already tell you to like and subscribe the video? Oh, it says Johnathan Majors from It's On Site. Johnathan Majors counter complaint against ex-girlfriend. He files a counter complaint against ex-girlfriend, claims he was the victim during the March assault. Okay, get into this. Johnathan Majors has filed a counterclaim against his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, following his March arrest for a reported domestic dispute between the then couple, New York Post reported. The Creed 3-star claims that Jabari scratched and hit him while she was drunk during an argument that later led to his arrest. Last week, for the first time, Mr. Majors met with the NYPD to present them with the evidence of what happened on that night. Priya Chaudhry, Majors' attorney, told the Post in a statement, within the hours of viewing the evidence and conducting their own thorough investigation, the NYPD found probable cause to arrest Grace Jabari for assaulting Johnathan Majors. An NYPD spokesperson declined to comment on Chaudhry's claims. However, they did reveal that no more arrests have been made and the investigation was ongoing. So she's telling people that the girl was arrested. The NYPD is saying no one else has been arrested. So which is it? It really sounds like they're trying to do some damage control. I don't know. But the trial is about to start. And it's smelling fishy, okay? Jabari, 30, accused 33-year-old of attacking her 3 months ago, leaving her with bruise marks on her head and neck. The people are saying that she abused herself, remember? So, I mean, we're going to find out. We're going to see what evidence they have, because she said they were going to release evidence to basically show that none of that happened, and we still have yet to see it. So maybe they're just like, we're just going to save it for the trial. We're not going to release it to the public. Let's just save it for the trial so we can really hit them with it. That's why I mean, I hope that's what they're about to do, because it's not looking favorable for Johnathan. But the people are saying that the girl's lying. She hurt herself. That's what the people are saying, right? She was treated at a hospital. And Majors was arrested. Initially, Majors was hit with 6 counts of third-degree assault, 3 counts of third-degree attempted assault, and 2 counts of harassment. He was later released from jail, and the strangulation charge was dropped. However, he still faces misdemeanor charges of assault and harassment. According to the legal files obtained by the Post, Chaudhry claims a cab driver witnessed Jabari hitting, scratching, and attacking Majors on March 15th. The driver also allegedly saw Jabari trying to snatch Majors' phone on the way home from the bar in Brooklyn. The people are saying Megan Good was the girl on the phone, child. That's what the people are saying. So we don't really know for sure. But, I mean, being that she's up underneath his arm walking through the court like she's been with him for the last 15 years, we are to assume that she was the girl on the phone that he was talking to. We don't know. So allegedly, all right? The driver said Majors asked him to pull over so he can exit the vehicle. Johnathan Majors is innocent and has not abused anyone. You know, we live in a country, the United States says you are innocent until the guilt is proven. We have provided irrefutable evidence to the DA, and the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated. So we'll see. So what do y'all think? Do you think this is a classic case of the white woman lying on the Negro? I mean, when you are dating interracially as a black man. as I was editing this video, this story comes out about Johnathan Majors saying that he faces decades-long allegation of extreme abuse, including violent behavior towards partners and aggression on sex. Like specifically, not an Asian chick, not a Latina, not when you are specifically dating a white woman, there's a risk that you have to take in that relationship, because if the relationship goes bad, she can always flip the script and have some, historical, context behind it, because we know how that has gone in the past, right? We know. But for all the false stories, there are hundreds of true stories, right? So we can't always, when something bad happens between specifically a white woman and a black man, we can't always be like, oh my God, she's lying on him. She made it up because Emmett Till, right? We cannot do that. In this case, because we have seen that there's a small percentage of false stories, a small percentage that the true stories completely outweigh. So we're going to say, I'm going to give the woman the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, the white woman the benefit of the doubt. We're going to give her the benefit of the doubt this time, in my opinion, right? Whatever you choose to do or what road you choose to take, if you are, lit up emotionally by the historical context, then go for it. Stay lit up. But I'm going to wait. And see, we just going to wait and see how the story goes. Because for right now, I'm giving the woman the benefit of the doubt. Right? You're going to have to prove you did not do that to that woman. That's what you're going to have to prove. That she did it to herself. You're going to have to prove she did it to herself. They said her finger was broke or some shit. Somebody said he won the case and he should sue. She tried to damage his career based on hurt feelings. What case, girl? What case are you talking about? They didn't even go to trial yet. You're right. However, the evidence that was leaked expressed that there was no assault. Yeah, this all sounds weird in her part, but the truth will come out in the trial. And I'm glad this cross-complaint case now, because she needs to go to jail if she in fact lied and injured him. And I do believe when a woman lies in like an assault case, whether it's physical assault or SA, if it's determined that she lied, whatever sentence that would have been given to him had he been convicted should be given to her. I feel like the same amount of time. I truly do. Because you don't get to lie on people. I don't give a damn. You just don't. Okay? You don't get to lie on people. So the small percentage of women who lie and say they've been SA'd or physically assaulted, if it's determined you lied, girl, you got to go, because you're a threat. You're a threat. Just as you were making him out to be a threat, no, you're the threat. Because when you tell a lie that can change a person's life, you need to go down. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about when people lie in order to change your reality. It's unforgivable in my book. It's unforgivable. Tell a lie to try to change my reality. It will be like you didn't even know who she was. It would be a faint memory. I will be a faint memory, child, girl. Ugh. No, ma'am. So I do agree. If you are found lying on somebody, you gotta go. I don't give a damn. Let's read some of the comments. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Why? Would you rather that a black woman be assaulted? Y'all need to get out of that. Let these weirdos be with who they want to be with. If it saves a woman's life, then it saves a woman's life. Don't wish that a black woman would be this person's partner. No, we got to get out of that. Well, if you would have went with a black girl, no. Because if he's abusive to the white girl, he's abusive to the black girl. And if he's abusive to the black, it's probably more. Okay, girl. See what happens when you mess with snow bunnies? Y'all, girl, he's just dead set on ruining his career. And y'all wanted him to be guilty so badly the whole time he was innocent. What are y'all getting this from? She was mad. Anytime a woman says something, y'all never question them. But when it's a man, you do. That's why I don't support the whole protect women BS. This is a profile with an image of a woman. This is a profile with an image of a woman. That's why I don't support the whole protect women BS. Girl. He looks like he beats women. Where are all the black women that were so sure he did it? Where are you heifers now? Ooh. That's one thing y'all gonna do. When I tell you, y'all gonna find a phone booth and switch and put your goddamn cape on, honey, and change up out of your outfit and put your cape on. I would be damned. Let me tell you something. If it comes out that girl lied on him, whatever she needs to do to go to jail, but it ain't no, oh my God, Johnathan Majors, now we love Johnathan Majors again. No. I don't give a damn. Okay, oh well, sorry she accused you of that, bro. Sorry, all right. See you later. You're free to go. All right, bro. And that's it. Y'all so quick to bash this brother. Now he got a better woman and he's countersuing. Y'all gonna focus on the woman being white instead of y'all prejudging him based on the text message and hearsay. The way he holds his mouth, he never seems happy or he's always mad. How does he even get a woman? Well, he got Megan, so let me mind my business. I hope all of this gets behind him and he learns from it. I think based on what several of these comments, that y'all believe that he is that they went to trial and he was found not guilty. Just because he's filing a counterclaim doesn't mean that he's not guilty of his actions. And also, just because he's found not guilty of not committing a crime does not mean that the actions did not happen. Now, if he can prove that he didn't put his hands on her and those were her self-inflicted wounds and injuries, you're going to have to prove that. Because to me, if they find you not guilty, that's for me, that's saying that you were found not guilty of a crime. That's all it says to me. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it. Shut up. Girl. Oh, isn't this crazy? Y'all let me know what y'all think about the Johnathan Majors counterclaim, okay? Squid Game creator gets no residuals from series despite Netflix grossing nearly $1 billion. Squid Game increased the value of Netflix by an estimated $900 million. It also made South Korean writer and director famous but not rich. In his contract, he forfeited all intellectual property rights. Oh my God, I feel like I just been punched in the stomach. And received no residuals. Y'all, why did he sign that? Why didn't he have anybody read this? Read his contract. It is reported that the creator of the super successful Netflix series Squid Game receives no residuals or royalties despite the major streaming platform grossing nearly $1 billion for the show. According to the Los Angeles Times, Squid Game director Wang Dong-yuk reportedly forfeited all IP rights and received no residuals as Netflix pulled in almost $1 billion for the groundbreaking series. The publication wrote an explosive article about how successful the series became and how its creator reportedly seen no residual profit from his hit series. In the article, the publication also explored how South Korean creators are being exploited in this age of digital streaming. The author of an article, Max Kim, said the reason why he decided to publish his expose is to show why and how Netflix has been able to buy so much high-performing content for so cheap. Apparently, in October 21, when reporters with The Guardian asked Wang if he had become rich as the $38 million winner in his fictional series, he responded, "I'm not that rich, but I do have enough. I have enough to put food on the table. And it's not like Netflix is paying me a bonus. Netflix paid me according to their original contract." You should be able to renegotiate the contract based on the success of the show. I feel like it. That's fucked up, man. Netflix would go on to turn a huge profit from the debut season. While it cost the streaming giant about $2.4 million to produce each episode, they would see an increase in their brand's value, and with an estimate of $900 million. It should be also noted that Kim's article is resurfacing during the current stall in TV and film production, as there is a writer's strike. Members of the Writers Guild of America are currently protesting for better pay, conditions, and benefits, including residuals in the era of streaming. Yeah, it's Writers Guild East and West retweeted the Los Angeles Times article. It says, "The irony is not lost on us. Pay your writers." And then Writers Guild of America West, they just retweeted it with the looking eyes emojis. That's really messed up. You got to read your contracts. Wow. But he signed a contract that he read over with the lawyer giving away his rights. So you guys are not understanding business. Yeah, he should have been I wonder why he did that. Did he not think it was gonna do well? Girl, it went bananas. Squid Game went bananas. Do you hear me? Wow, that's so sad. Tell me what y'all think about that. You got to read your contracts. And maybe he read it and was like, maybe he didn't think it was gonna do good. But no, you have to have more faith in your own damn work. We need to be able to renegotiate this contract based on the success. Once it got to a certain point, then they should have renegotiated so that he can get residuals. That's messed up. Oh well, that's sad. He even looks sad in the damn post. That is really sad. It says, "We love to see it." This is from the Neighborhood Talk. I gotta go after this. Beyonce and Kelly Rowland to launch a $7.2 million project to create homes for the unhoused in Houston. Oh, you know what? We're going to skip over that. I do want to talk about the Supreme Court decision. Do we have time? The Supreme Court decided to overturn or end affirmative action in higher education, in college admissions. And Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, I think they both went to PWIs. Yeah, they went to Harvard, right? And, and there's a lot of Black students, non-white students, I should say, that go to PWIs and are harassed by white students about their positioning in the school and whether they got into the school on affirmative action or not. I know I've heard so many stories, and I'm sure there's one of you out there who went to a PWI and was harassed. Somebody made a snide comment about you getting in on affirmative action and into the school and not on your own merits. A lot of people are saying it's going to affect the way college admissions go. To me, I feel like my first thought was, okay, if you're going to you should remove race from the college admission. You should remove race then, and gender. That was my first thought. The first thing I thought about. Let me put the thing on. But Michelle Obama, she made a statement about it, and they're overturning a lot of things in the Supreme Court. And this is the latest thing. We know that white women, because they are women, they benefit from affirmative action more than any other protected group of people, because they are women. And even though they consistently, more than half of them consistently vote against their self-interest in order to protect the illusion of white superiority. They do. They need to protect that before anything else. So they will vote against themselves, girl, to make sure that the illusion continues. They are just making a lot of changes, and I would like to hear the pros and the cons for this, because I feel like, a lot of people are like, they're saying, well, they're just enroll in the HBCUs then. Just go for those colleges. That's the reason why the colleges were created in the first damn place, because these MFers didn't want you to gain an education and kept you out of their schools. So Michelle Obama, she spoke to that. She got there. A lot of people wondered and would say things to her, because she got there from affirmative action, because of affirmative action. I think it's very interesting, because how do you know? How do you know? How do you know if your position somewhere was because of affirmative action? How do you know that? How do you know that your entrance or acceptance into this college, affirmative action had something to do with it? How do you know that? Have you ever benefited from affirmative action? Let me know down in the comments, okay? Michelle Obama said, back in college, I was one of the few Black students on my campus, and I was proud of getting into such a respected school. I knew I'd worked hard for it, but still, I sometimes wonder if people thought I got there because of affirmative action. It was a shadow that students like me couldn't shake, whether those doubts came from outside or inside our minds. But the fact is, I belonged. And semester after semester, decade after decade, for more than half a century, countless students like me showed they belonged too. It wasn't just the kids of color who benefited either. Every student who heard a perspective they might not have encountered, who had an assumption challenge, who had their minds and their hearts opened, gained a lot as well. It wasn't perfect, but there was no doubt that it has helped offer new ladders of opportunity for those who throughout our history have too often been denied a chance to show how fast they can climb. Of course, students on my campus and countless others across the country were and continue to be granted special consideration for admissions. Some have parents who graduated from the same school. Come on, get into the legacy students and that legacy admission shit. That's what somebody said online. If you're going to get rid of affirmative action, get rid of legacy admissions as well. For real. That's crazy. Some parents who have graduated from the same school, others have families who can afford coaches to help them run faster. Remember the college admission scandals? And white people were still, you have the benefit, you have the illusion of white superiority on your side, and you still cheated to try to get your kid into college, and you only getting them into college so they can have a network. You don't give a damn about their education. You really don't. You don't give a damn about their education, because if you did, their educational career would have been able to support them applying for school without your help, without you lying to get them in there. Isn't that crazy? And that's what happens with the illusion of white supremacy, is because so many Black folks and non-white people want to compete you're competing with the illusion of white supremacy. And when you peel back the layers, the motherfuckers are mediocre as hell. And if we really want to get on an even playing field, you would find out. That's the gag. That's the real gag. Y'all had the illusion, the privilege, white privilege. That's what they call it. Isn't that what the kids call it? White privilege. And you still cheated to get into college. While these other students having to compete with your child's mediocrity, while you use your resources to cheat your way into the school. You have these kids busting their fucking asses so they can get into the same school without any help, without any resources. doing what they need to do to try to compete and sit next to your mediocre ass child. Girl, don't get me started. Others have families who can afford coaches to help them run faster or hit the ball harder. Others go to high school with lavish resources for tutors and extensive standardized test prep that help them score higher on college entrance exams. We don't usually question if those students belong. So often we just accept that money and power and privilege are perfect justifiable forms of affirmative action, while kids growing up like I did are expected to compete when the ground is anything but level. Exactly, Michelle. So today, my heart breaks for any young person out there who's wondering what their future holds and what kind of chances will be open to them. And while I know the strength and grit that lies inside kids who have always had to sweat a little more to climb the same ladders, and then when you get up there, you find out the motherfucker is basic, like literally basic, and not that smart. Not that smart. That's the shit that chaps my fucking hide, okay? I hope and pray that the rest of us are willing to sweat a little too. Today is a reminder that we've got to do the work, not just to enact policies that reflect our values of equity and fairness, but to truly make those values real in all of our schools, workplaces, and neighborhoods. Shout out to Michelle Obama, okay, for that. Barack just hit us with a tweet. Affirmative action was never a complete answer in the drive towards a more just society, but for generations of students who have been systematically excluded from most of America's key institutions, it gave us a chance to show we more than deserved a seat at a table. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take race and gender off them goddamn college applications and see what your admissions would look like. And see, based on that, who would be able to get in, who would be accepted. Bitch, take their names off too. Take their names off too. Take the names, take the gender, send in these applications. Yeah, so we can get motherfuckers in there on their merit and hard work. God damn it. Shit. If you want to take away affirmative action, take away all the markers that will give you an indication that this person could have been admitted based on their race or gender. Let's do that. If y'all want to play that goddamn game. Y'all let me know what you think about the Supreme Court striking down affirmative action. Affirmative action was never a complete answer. We read that already. Yeah, let's see what the comments. I'm going to read a couple comments and then we're going to go. Black folks still whining that Barack didn't do anything for blacks is rather saddening because a lot of this plans were blocked by the GOP. And they even admitted it in front of the national TV. So what more can Barack do? He tried to pass countless bills. The Senate stopped him every turn. Learn about your legislation before you blame Obama. The same bill he drew up for sentencing, they rejected. Trump took credit for it. It was Obama. Mitch McConnell said he would make sure he was the one-term president. You have to have control over the House and Senate to pass bills. There are 4 branches of government. Come on, teacher. Research everything. Google what Obama has done instead of criticism. Get out and vote and encourage others. Trump stacks the Supreme Court of the United States with like-minded judges as himself and colleagues. It will be eye-opening for you. He did what he could. Look at what he did. It's a long list. God bless. Here's a black man, saying he was in office for 8 years and he did more for FUR LGBTQ. What did the kids say? Le bête de quoi? LGBT quoi? Look, le bête de quoi? Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that TikTok where the kid sees a rainbow and he says, "Look, LGBT quoi?" I think that video is so fucking cute. Affirmative action ain't done shit for black people the same way Obama ain't do shit for black people. I will never vote Democrat ever in my life. Let's see who this person is. It's just a person with nails. Republicans are destroying America by turning it back to the 1800s, and blacks still voting for Republicans, still won't vote Dems. As a tweet from one of the three of their mega mansions, 2 elitist clowns need to go away. Damn. I just can't buy into the facade. Send your children to HBCUs. Yeah, but the HBCUs, girl, the damn. Okay, it's no shade for those who, if it doesn't fit, don't try to wear it. Okay, if it doesn't fit, don't try to wear it. But a lot of these schools are neglected. A lot of these HBCUs be neglected. The kids complaining. I don't know why the people don't give back. Alumni doesn't give back. I guess because they fucking owe their goddamn student loans. They can't give back. They can't donate to the school. I feel like the people who went to school could come back and donate and, fix these schools up. So just because, I don't know. A lot of the kids be complaining at the HBCUs that their living conditions are not good and things like that. And that's not fair. And also, I don't feel like HBCUs, I feel like a lot of people meet the first person they marry, they usually meet them in college. Right? In their college years, they meet them. And I feel like a lot of women, not a lot, a small percentage, go to college to meet their future partner, right? They get their, what do they say? They get their MRS as well as their degree. They get their MRS degree. So they look for a man to marry. Now follow me, okay? When you send your black daughter to an HBCU, sorry, I'm about to say it. Because of the low admission of the men, the suitable men, the men who are suitable for partnership, because of the low admission of black men in these schools, the girls are going to be fighting over a very small selection of the men who are there, right? He's in college. He's getting his degree. A lot of these dudes are not in college, so he's a catch already. But then there's other things that, would qualify him, right, in order to determine if he's suitable for partnership. But what these girls do is they fight over the very few men that are there at these HBCUs, right? Those are for the ones who want to get their MRS degree. Girl, that's what I heard. That's what y'all call them. And it's true, because a lot of people do meet their first marriage is usually somebody they met in college, right? Or in their college years. And I feel like when you send your daughters to HBCUs, the pool of men is low, right? Yeah, there are men there that are going to school, but the ones who are suitable for marriage and partnership, it's even more dwindled. And I feel like when they go to a school that is more diverse, the options are, the pool is bigger. The pool is bigger. If that's the goal, I'm not talking about the girls who are there to get their goddamn education and go on about their business. I'm talking about the girls who are there who are meeting their partner. They want to go there and find their man, honey. You end up meeting somebody, you spend some time with them, and then y'all graduate, and a few years later y'all get married. It happens. I mean, it happens. And so for those women who are there, I feel like HBCUs are not the best college selections for that group of girls, right? Other than that, they got to make sure these HBCUs are up to code in every aspect, if that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's why they were created, because you were kept out of these schools, right? As non-white people. We're not going to even say black, because and affirmative action it's not just for black people. That's another thing. I think a lot of people just have this, like, white women benefited more from affirmative action than any other group of people. So that's a gag. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about what happened. About what happened, okay? Supreme Court's in affirmative action in higher education. I'm going to read some. This is from Van Lathan, his post. I want to read some. Somebody named Dr. Corey Hartman said, we need HBCUs now more than ever. Right. These people who have access to wealth, y'all need to. It's a constant war against black people daily. The natural DNA of this country is to ensure that anything black or brown stays grounded by all means. Yeah, that's the thread, the needle with the thread attached to sew this motherfucker together is the illusion of white supremacy. So they have to maintain it at every space, even though knowing when you peel back the illusion, when you peel back the goddamn curtain, right, in Oz, you can see who it's being controlled by, and the motherfuckers are mediocre. And it sucks that you are running a race trying to compete with mediocrity, right? And then call it black excellence. And it's like, you got to work, call it black excellence. And then when you really look at who you're competing with, and you're like, these motherfuckers, they're not who they say they are, right? Because there's an illusion. That's what makes colorism so frustrating, because you have been embedded with the illusion of white supremacy, that you treat people differently because they're a lighter skin than you. Automatically, unconsciously, you do. And that's the effects of that. That's the spillover of that. Let me read this guy's comment because I started. Dion Taylor. Distraction is a key tactic they use daily. While you look away, they're changing laws, rules, locations, and everything else to assure we as a people, not individual, don't win. Could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe we will go back to HBCUs and build a self-reliant black community. Y'all can celebrate that fraudulent 4th of July holiday if you want to. This country hates us. It's not, it's not, it's the government. It's the government. It's the government. Let's use this to restore the prominence of HBCUs. Agreed. They're ignoring obvious racial disparities in education, real estate, banking, and every other area of American life. We are behind the 8 ball, just starting out, and affirmative action was helping to level the playing field. Now college and universities have permission to not only disclude blacks, but to also potentially discriminate and not allow blacks in. Blacks and black women. Don't forget about being a woman, okay? Don't forget about that. Oh my God, his comment is so long. The wildest thing is white women have benefited the most from affirmative action. They hate us so much they'll sacrifice their own along with us, right? Their identity, their white identification label is more important than their woman identification label. All right, I gotta go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace. Let me know what you think. All right, peace.